This video shows how to connect your Reservation Key account with myallocator.com, our channel manager partner. Once this connection is in place, there will be two-way connectivity for reservations, both coming from third-party systems like Booking.com and those that are entered into Reservation Key. Booking.com reservations will update Reservation Key automatically, and reservations received online or manually entered into Reservation Key will update Booking.com thanks to this connection, or any other channels that you have set up. So the first step is go to the Settings tab and then click External Connections. Then click Add Connection, and we're going to select myallocator.com and click Continue. Here you need to enter your MyAllocator user ID and password, and then select which type of matching method. For most bed and breakfasts and smaller hotels, you're going to use the one-to-one matching. That means you will have one unit in Reservation Key for each unit you have entered in MyAllocator. Like here, we see that each of these rooms is set up in MyAllocator as a specific unit. For hotels, that might be different. You would put in your room types, like you have 10 single rooms, 20 double rooms, and we would do the matching based on the type. When a reservation comes in from MyAllocator, there are a few settings that you can decide about, such as you can have a special status just from your MyAllocator reservation, such as this person set up Booking.com or Airbnb. You can have a category for any deposits that are imported automatically. You can set up an email schedule to use so that you could have different emails go out for reservations that come from MyAllocator. And down here, actually, you can see that that email schedule can be set by channel. So if you want different emails to go out to Airbnb guests, you could set up a different schedule to go out just for those reservations, or a different one for Booking.com, for example. In the commission column, if you want the system to add an expense to each reservation coming in from each channel, just put in the commission that you are paying to each of the channels, and then Reservation Key will automatically add that expense when the reservation is received from MyAllocator. And going back up to these settings, you can build a custom field that you can record the channel name if you want to keep track of which channel each reservation came from. That can be useful for building a report later on to show where your reservations are coming from. You can set up a custom field for payment type and the commission. So that is also data that's coming from MyAllocator. You can also have a custom reservation ID field. So you can read about that also, of course, by hovering over any of these question marks for more information. Reservation Key can also calculate the taxes, or you can have the tax information come directly from the channel from MyAllocator. And that's the basics of getting this screen set up. So scroll down to the bottom and click Save Changes. And that brings us back to the Overview External Connection page. The next step then would be to go to the room/unit settings for the connection that you just set up. This is important because this is where you map the rooms. So if you have multiple properties in MyAllocator, you're going to first be prompted to select which property, and then click Retrieve Rooms Units. Now here you will match, these are all of your MyAllocator units, and then you need to match those units to the ones that you have added into Reservation Key. And here this person has mapped just about all of his rooms except for one. So if you don't want to map all of your rooms to MyAllocator, you don't need to. You can map just certain units that you want to make available through other channels. And then click Save Changes. And that's really all there is to getting Reservation Key linked to MyAllocator. Now, once you have added the connection, when you are in the system, you may need to log out and then log back in order to refresh a Reservation Key account. But you can click up in the upper right corner here, and you'll now see an option for MyAllocator status. So click that and you will see what has been going on with the connections that have been trying to send. So this person, because he has two properties, we're seeing some errors here because of the way his account is configured. But normally everything should say successful. You can resend a sync if you want, especially maybe the first time. Click this button, send full sync, and that will send all of your reservations that are currently in ReservationKey over to your MyAllocator account. The only other reason you might see some errors here is if you haven't yet set up any channels with your MyAllocator account. Once you have synced ReservationKey with your MyAllocator account, then you should add your channels over in MyAllocator. And that way, everything will become synced. And from now on, every time that you edit or add a reservation, if you were to check your status, you would see a new entry that reservation had been updated, been sent to MyAllocator to update the calendar, which would then update the channels. Currently, we are not sending rate information to MyAllocator, so you'll need to set that directly in your MyAllocator account. This is an option that may be coming within this coming year. So that is the basics of setting up the connection between the two systems. Of course, please post in our forum if you have any questions or run into any difficulties with any of this. Thank you.